It's like Marshall McLuhan used to say, let's turn off TV for 6 months and see the effects of not having it so we understand what it's doing to us when we put it back on. Somebody actually started to shut down the chip landscape, in 2 years ago. And that's pretty interesting that somebody could do that. What I'm saying is that money doesn't measure what's happening.
Right.
But something is happening now, it seems, in the virtual economy. It's kind of collapsed, this agreement of continuing the hypothication. Hypothication is the stuff where, basically I can give you a bunch of stuff and you can claim you got it and I claim I didn't lose from giving it to you and you can do whatever you want with it and inflate it, right?
Right.
That's all that money can do to seem to be part of the system. So, I'm emphasizing today what we call the top-down. Chris Story is the best source on the top-down effects, but why things have changed in a sense. Why is there a possibility that somebody put their foot down and, like a tetrad manager, like an intelligence agent, stop the virtual economy? All right?
Right.
And so I'm going into what Chris Story has been saying. He wrote, it's up on his site, worldreports.org. He says, meanwhile, as the fragile world financial economy hovers on the brink of catastrophe, with, as Senator Dodd has correctly gauged, with the banks hoarding the funds that have been doled out by governments, the main issue early in January 2009 was, why are they doing this? Why are the banks hoarding the funds?
Yeah.
And according to his calendar of events, he said something happened in May, June 2006, that the Treasury Secretary, John Snow, I think that's his name, stepped down and Henry Paulson came in. And there was supposed to be a settlement of the hypothication effects. There was going to be return to a kind of on-balance sheet economy where everybody could see with transparency who's getting what, and no more offshore tax haven hypothication.
Right.
And that was stopped by Mr. Paulson. Paulson and Bernanke and the team that Chris Story doesn't like is continuing the virtual economy going. They do not allow any new accounting. What Chris Story wants and what he claims the secret team wants, a new kind of on-the-books transparency. They can profit and keep their bureaucratic, comfortable control power position if we keep the virtual economy. So maybe that's a move to counter it. I don't know. All right?
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't take anything said on the internet as fact because you can't have fact anymore.
Right, exactly. All right, just say, I want to put a little note there for everybody. Did you just hear what he just said?
I'm George W. Bush, and I approve this message. In fact, I think it is awesome. And don't listen to liberals, or Democrats, or other Republicans, or read the news, or watch the news, except for Fox. Thank you. Well, God bless.
And so a team decided to counter Paulson by cutting off the transfer of American funds to the rest of the world through SWIFT, S-W-I-F-T, that moves the hypothecated virtual money around the world. Somebody stopped that later in 2006. And then at that point, Chris Story is saying, look out, we're in big trouble now, especially the United States and Britain. And he was saying that when the economy was doing well, and nobody believed him.
Right,
And he said a lot of his friends he had for decades stopped talking to him, panicking, and not understanding that there's nothing to say about any of this virtual economy. It carries on by itself, no problem. That's where it started, according to his chronology. Nobody can really get a handle on the virtual economy, and they can do all kinds of manipulations and we remain trapped in this, quote, tyranny, unquote.
Right.
And at least tyranny for the chemical body. The chip body loves this. There's all kinds of things that could happen in that world, but once we bring in cold fusion, then that is diminished. That is changed. I don't take anything said on the internet as fact because you can't have fact anymore.
Right, exactly. All right, just say, I want to put a little note there for everybody. Did you just hear what he just said?
It's like Marshall McLuhan used to say, let's turn off TV for 6 months and see the effects of not having it so we understand what it's doing to us when we put it back on.
You have a collect call from Marsha McGraw. MARSHALL, MC, capital LUHAM.
You may press 1 now to accept the charges, or answer the following question with only yes or no.
The old answers, not patterns, but merely yes, no, right, wrong, do not in any way relate to the new pattern. And what sort of program have you mounted on this occasion?
It's only what we used to call the real world.
I began to just expand this and to look for rhythms that would go with this, and other images that would go with this. But anyway, the point about the electric time is start with the end and go back to the beginning.